Hi, I'm Rita Wilkins, also known as the downsizing designer. So do you struggle with letting go of sentimental items? Maybe you're downsizing or decluttering. Maybe you're just spring cleaning. But each time that you run into something that is sentimental to you and you just are having such a hard time letting it go, I've created a document. It's called the 5-Step Guide to Lose the Clutter but Not the Memories, and How to Downsize Your Sentimental Items. So, and it's on my website, Rita Wilkins at ritawilkins.com, if you choose to download it. And you might want to, because if you print it out, it's actually a personal worksheet. So letting go of sentimental items can be one of the most difficult parts of downsizing and decluttering. It's normal for us to connect memories and attach feelings and meaning to special things. It's difficult to remain objective about these things that we hold near and dear to our hearts. But if you really want to downsize and declutter your home, there are ways to let go of those sentimental items without losing the special memories that you associate with them. So in my 5-step guide, which is a worksheet, you will go from feeling stuck and stressed and overwhelmed to feeling relieved, empowered, and also free of guilt about letting go of those sentimental items. So when you follow this practical step-by-step guide, you'll discover the specific types of sentimental clutter that are holding you back. You'll also determine what you've made those items mean so you can understand why you're so attached to them. And you'll also learn how to painlessly let go of sentimental items that you have previously been unable to deal with. So, and you'll also develop some practical tools for downsizing and decluttering a little bit faster and easier so that you can consistently make progress toward a simpler life with less stuff. So while these sentimental items might have helped, they might have helped hold you back in the past, those memories you realize have been weighing you down. They've hindered your downsizing and decluttering process, and they're preventing you from moving past your past, so you can move on to the life that you'd really like to. So by getting rid of those antiques that you inherited from your great aunt, something that you may not have even liked anyway, by letting go of those closets filled with clothes from a lost loved one, or by paring down and organizing the boxes of family photos that have been sitting in your attic or your basement for years, you'll finally discover an even greater appreciation for the fewer special things that you've chosen to keep. So if you do choose to download this, again, it's Rita Wilkins at ritawilkins.com. It's a personal worksheet, so it's helpful if you print it out. What is sentimental clutter? Sentimental clutter is anything that we attach meaning and emotion to. There are things that we keep and hold on to, even though we don't use them, we don't want them, and sometimes we don't even like them. So they're no longer serving a purpose in your lives, and they're things that are taking up space in your homes, your mind, and also in your lives. Sentimental clutter is different for each one of us. It could be old love letters, it could be family photos, a child's teddy bear that trigger those strong memories and emotions. And the emotions can be good and they can be bad. It could be something you inherited from a loved one, or items that you inherited, items that you bought at one point in your life because they made you look good, or something that you thought you might want to have someday. So you struggle with letting go of these items because you've attached meaning to them. So the first step is to identify which type of clutter is the most difficult for you to let go of. So for me, it was always my mom's china. And then why did I think that it was so hard to let it go? Because of the good memories of entertaining in our household, and also having a cup of tea with my mom. And then how is that holding you back in terms of how is it impacting your life right now? So for me, when I was trying to downsize, I had 12 sets of my mother's china, or 4 sets of 12, I should say. And obviously there was not going to be room for that. So it had become a burden for me. And then actually, you want to then ask yourself why it's important to you and why do you value it so much. And that goes to the fact that her teacups meant a lot to me because we had tea together pretty often, and it connected us. And then why do you think it's so hard to get let go of? And then for me, it was I had sweet memories of having that cup of tea, having wonderful conversations, and I felt guilty for not holding on to it because it meant so much to her, and that's why she collected so much of it. But she, of course, entertained a lot into larger groups. So the next step then is to acknowledge your emotions that you're feeling as you're holding that item in your hand. So as I was holding my mom's teacup in my hand, I felt loved, I felt connected, as if she were sitting at the kitchen table right now with me. And what do I think that I made that item mean? That if I got rid of it, I would also be losing that connection with my mom. And then the next question is, what difference would it make in your life? I would actually feel free, and I would try to not feel guilty getting rid of her china that she loves so much. She would understand that I don't have space for the china, and she would want me to let it go because she knew that she loved me and I loved her, and that was what mattered. And then how will that impact you if you do let it go? If I could finally let that go, I would give it to someone who would appreciate it. In this case, it was several people, someone who would enjoy it as much as I did, and it would make me happy knowing that they were enjoying it just like I enjoyed it with my mom. So once you reframe that attachment to the items, you remind yourself that it is just a thing, and you notice where you've given it so much meaning. And if you didn't need it, you're not going to use it, then it doesn't need to be part of your life. The next step is to remind yourself of, as you're letting go, that your loved one is gone, they're no longer there, they don't live inside this item. Letting go of that item does not mean that you're letting go of your loved one. Your memories will remain always in your heart, and you're not disrespecting them or betraying your loved one by letting that go. So then acknowledge it and just say thank you, and then let it go. And then, so for me, what I did is I obviously I couldn't keep all of it, but I did keep 4 beautiful teacup sets, 4 teacups and the saucers, and I do use them. And every time I think of my mom. So when you follow these steps, you're going to start to understand how painless this is. And then, what difference would it make in your life? And so for me, knowing that I wasn't feeling guilty anymore, she would understand, and that I don't have space for it. All of these were practical things. And she would want me to know that she loved me, not my china. And it would definitely impact my future because obviously I didn't have room for it. And I was happy just having those 4 pieces that mean a lot to me. So in conclusion, over time, these practical tools will help you let go of these items faster and easier so that you can consistently make progress in your downsizing and decluttering journey. And remember, if you want to downsize and declutter, you'll need to learn how to let go of things that have been weighing you down and holding you back. And if it no longer serves you or fits into the future that you want for yourself, then it is time to let it go. So lose the clutter, but not the memories. Again, if you are interested in this, it's on my website, Rita Wilkins at ritawilkins.com, and I do hope that it helps you.